Okay, so on your back, pillow right underneath you. We're going to start by engaging our abdominals, and more specifically, even our rectus abdominals, right? Abdominis here in the front, as well as our transverse abdominis, that nice deep muscle behind you. So you're going to get started with, I've got a little pillow. If you've got an exercise block, that's even better. And before we do that, we're just going to let that front body open up. Relax your shoulders back. Just let those ribs lift and flare. I know, Teresa, you had asked me about one time about what I meant by knitting those ribs together. So we're going to actually work on that a lot. So right now, I just want you to feel those front floating ribs sort of lift and flare and spread apart. And you can just find some like cactus arms as you breathe into those shoulders, giving yourself lots of space. I know lots of times we do like a supported fish pose, and we prop a block underneath, and that's great too. But you know, when it's this early, and maybe we're not quite as open as we usually are, just a nice pillow, your home can be a better solution, or certainly an exercise ball. So we're going to breathe in deeply for 3, 2, 1. Open your mouth, exhale it out. 3, 2, 1. Inhale again. 3, 2, 1. Exhale it out for 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands and really feel the inside edge of your ribs, right below your sternum. That's your breastbone. You really feel them lift. Now, as you inhale, watch them lift and flare. And as you exhale, this time I want you to really deliberately start to squeeze them in together and pull them down. Good. Inhale, lift. Flare, and exhale, start to engage them, pull them together, knit them together. Good. Adding on to this. Inhale, lift. Exhale, pull them together. And I also want you to think about lengthening your tailbone towards your feet. So really start to push the back of your ribs down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, start to squeeze everything in. Now see if you can maintain that even as you inhale. And exhale, keep squeezing them in. Bring your legs together. Inhale, maintaining that squeeze and that knitting in of your ribs, breathing on top of it. And exhaling it out. Belly button is pulled into your spine. Inhale again. And exhaling it out. Now start to reach your fingertips towards your toes. And you're going to float your chest up slightly up off of that pillow, just using it as a guide, as a support now, right? We're not leaning into it. So your ribs are pulled together. They're also knitted down towards your hip points, and your tailbone is starting to reach towards your heels. We're just going to hold it here. You can feel it shake. At least I feel mine shake. Holding it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax it down. Feel those ribs spread. You can reach your arms up overhead. Again, start to reach those fingertips towards your toes. Start to pull those ribs in. Squeeze them down. Your belly button is pulled in. Your transverse is engaged. So that's a lift of your pubic bone and a lowering of those lower abdominals, a lengthening of your sacrum towards your heels. Maybe you even float your heels just an inch or two off of the mat. Keep reaching your fingertips forward, holding it here. Maybe even engage your glutes. Hold it here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels find the mat. Arms reach up overhead. Really find an opening of that front body. One more inhale. Exhale again. Start to reach your fingertips towards your toes. Start to pull your ribs in. Float your feet up. Hands reach towards your toes. Then bring your arms back like cactus hands. Start to pull your shoulders down as you lift your chest. Holding it here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Heels find the mat. Arms reach up. Big breath into that front body. And again, start to reach those fingertips forward, rolling it up, pulling your ribs in, lifting, lifting, lifting. Arms come back, shoulders are back, chest is high, ribs pulled in, lengthening that tailbone. Start to reach your arms overhead and then cactus. Arms overhead, cactus, holding it up the whole time. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! And let it go. Arms overhead. Breathe into that front body. Last one. Here we go. Hands reach for your toes. Curl it up. Float your heels. Bring your arms out. Cactus. Lift your heart. Lift your gaze. Shoulders are back. The chest is lifted. Overhead. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Reach and lower it down. Breathe into that front body. You can take your block or your ball or your pillow, shift it off to the side. We're going to send those feet straight up. Hands come behind your ears. Again, pull your ribs in, pull your belly button in, snap it to your spine. That's just going to stay, right? So those two things are going to be engaged the whole time. Point your toes. Nice, strong, straight legs. And then we're going to lift head and shoulders, gaze stays up, and lower it down. Lift and lower. Keep lifting, lower it down. It's like you're trying to drag your hip points and your low ribs, your floating ribs, and touch them to your hip points. That's what's lifting your head and shoulders. Gaze stays up, chin stays lifted. Lower it down. Got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knees in. Rock a little left and right. We're going to roll all the way up. Catch the balance on your sacrum, boat pose. Fingers together, heart is lifted, shoulders are back. I've got a little cross of my legs here. You want to cross your left ankle over your right. Holding it here, nice and strong. Switch, switch, switch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to start to straighten those legs. Keep crossing, keep crossing. Heart stays lifted, shoulders stay back, all the way down till you tap, tap, lift it, lift it, lift it. Maybe those legs stay straight. Find your boat. One more time. Cross, cross, lower, 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 lower. Tap, tap. Start to make your way back up. Hold your boat. If you can straighten your legs, straighten your legs. Heart is lifted, shoulders are back, gaze are up, gaze is up. Hold it. You've got this. Shoulders are back, heart is lifted. Nice and strong. Just for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees, cross your ankles, plant your hands, make your way back. Tabletop position, and let's find some cats and cows. Inhale, into that cow pose, that feels good. And exhale into your cat. Inhale, lengthen that front body. Exhale, pull it in, round your back. Inhale. And exhale. Walk your hands about one handprint in front of where they are. Curl your toes under and find plank. Kneecaps are lifted. Quads are engaged. Press your left foot into the mat. Just lift your right leg, hip height. Find a slight tuck of that tailbone, right? So it's an engagement of that TA. Keep pushing down with that left foot. Lower it down. Right foot pushes into the mat. Lift your left leg, hip height. Find that lift of the low back. Squeeze those ribs in together. Belly button still pulled in. Left leg goes down. One more time. Right leg up. Holding it here. Gaze is steady. Send it down. Left leg up. Strong right leg pushing down into the mat. Lifting that left leg from your left glute. Lower it down. Hips back. Downward facing dog. Pedal out your heels. Good. Send that left heel heavy to the mat as you bend your right knee. Hold it there for a static stretch. And then we'll press that right heel down. Bend your left knee. Hold it there. And then we'll send both heels down to the mat. Come forward, find your plank once again. Press into your left foot, lift your right leg, hip height. Start to come onto those left fingertips and maybe start to lift that left hand forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left hand down. Right foot down, lift your left leg. Start to come on to your right fingertips and then start to lift it forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right hand down, left foot down, hips back, downward facing dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. And we'll hang for ragdoll. Nice generous bend to your knees. Maybe tuck those pinkies in your elbow creases. Sway left and right. Bring your fingertips down to the mat. Separate your feet a little bit so they're shoulder width distance instead of hip distance. You can turn those toes out slightly. And we're going to sit those hips down, knee height, and reach your hands forward. Doing like a pretty nice squat here. If you had a barbell, you'd be doing a back squat. But we're going to reach those hands forward. Try to get your hips just as low as your knees. And we're going to pulse it here. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it, reach forward, hips low. Hold it here, you got this. Try not to rest your ribs on your thighs. Just sitting your hips back, weight is in your heels. Then go ahead and push through those heels. Oh, reach it all the way up and step your feet together. Interlace your hands, bring your fingers, index fingers up towards the sky. We're gonna lift and then squeeze the right side of your waist as you come over. As your hands come to the right and your hips go to the left. Strong legs, kneecaps are lifted, quads are engaged. Invite that left hip forward as you roll that left shoulder back. We'll come back to center. Again, reaffirm the strength of your arms like you're trying to poke a hole into the ceiling. Lift. And then we'll let those arms go over to the left as your hips go to the right. Strong legs, squeezing the left side of your waist. Come back into center. Release your hands behind your back. Roll your shoulders back, send your hips forward. Lift your heart, lift your chin. Inhale to center. Arms reach up. We'll hinge at the hips, come all the way down. Walk your fingertips forward. Find your downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up behind you. Open the hips, stack your right hip on top of your left. Bend that right knee and rotate it up even more. Shoulders are square, hands are pushing forward as you melt your heart back. And then we'll bring that right foot between your hands and drop your left knee. Untuck your left toes. Interlace your hands on that right thigh. Lift your heart, roll your shoulders back. And find that stretch along that left hip flexor. Interlace your hands on the small of your back. And start to pull your knuckles down towards the ground. Rolling your shoulders back, heart is up. Maybe your gaze is up. And then release your hands on either side of that right foot and shift your hips back and find your half splits. Flexing your right toes towards your nose, holding any amount. And we're going to bend into that right knee. I'm going to heel toe that right foot out slightly. Toes out slightly. Curl your left toes under. We're going to come right back into that squat. So with control, step your left foot wide and sit your hips down and reach those fingertips forward. So really use your hands forward to find that counterbalance so that you're really sitting low. Weight is in your heels, almost like you're going to fall back, but you're not because you're reaching forward and you've got a strong core. You're going to bounce it here. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push and reach. Send your hips forward, dive your hands back. Come back to center and hinge at the hips. Come all the way down. Heel toe those feet together. This is our first half lift, so we're going to take 3 of them. Inhale, head up, lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold over your legs. Again, inhale, head up, lengthen. And exhale, fold, hinging at the hips. Last one, inhale, lengthen. And exhale, let's step back to plank pose. Shoulders over your wrists. Holding it here, we're going to take a right side plank. So right hand down, left hand up. You're welcome to drop that right knee, or you can lift that left leg. But we're going to take 5 crunches together. So if you need to drop your right knee in order to do that, go ahead. And then we'll bring that left elbow to your left knee, really squeeze it in. Inhale it out. Again, exhale, squeeze it and out. Got 3, 2, 1. Send everything out. Left hand down, right hand up. Do you need to drop that left knee? Drop it. Otherwise, stay where you are and lift that right leg. We're going to crunch it in. 5. Send it long. 4, 3, 2, 1. Right hand down. Find your plank. We're going to lower chaturanga. Push your heart through as you inhale for up dog. And exhale. Send it back. Downward facing dog. Inhale that left leg up behind you. Right heel heavy on the mat. Stack your left hip on top of your right. Open up the hip. If you want to bend that left knee, rotate it up even more, you can. Square off your shoulders. Navel stays pulled in. And then we'll bring that left foot between your hands and drop your right knee down. Interlace your hands on top of that left thigh. And allow your hips to move forward. And breathe into that right hip flexor. Interlace your hands behind your back and start to pull those knuckles down. And release your hands, fingertips come to either side of your left foot and shift your hips back for your half split. And then we'll bend into that left knee. We're going to send that left foot towards the outside of your mat. Point those left toes out slightly, curl your right toes under. Just one big step, nice and light. Bring that right foot even. Sit your hips low. Reach your hands forward. Start to find that nice big, maybe coming all the way down. Malasana, then the hips go just above your knees. Lift it up without collapsing, keeping that core tight, pushing through your heels, really engaging those glutes. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push it all the way up. Arms reach up. And then back at your side. Bring those feet together. Find Tadasana. Strong legs, fingertips reaching for the mat. You're going to take 3 Surya Namaskar A. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, come all the way down. Inhale, head up, Ardha. Exhale, this time moving through your vinyasa. Finding chaturanga. Pushing it through for your up dog. And sending it back for your downward facing dog. Full breath here. Bend your knees, look forward. Float all the way into Ardha Uttanasana. Lengthen and fold. Inhale, sweep it up, reach it up. Exhale, hands at your side, Tadasana. Again, inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Big breath. Bend your knees, look forward. Next, inhale, Ardha. Lengthen, fold. Inhale, push through your feet all the way up. Namaste. Last one. Ekam inhale. Do it. Exhale. Chini inhale. Chatwari exhale. Pancha inhale. Shat exhale. Big breath. Bend your knees, inhale all the way. Ardha Sapta inhale. Ashto exhale. Nava inhale. Samastiti. We're going to take a quarter turn to the left. And step your left foot to the back of the mat. We've got some parallel feet. So just coming into our wide-legged forward fold here. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, lifting, find some length. Exhale, hinging at the hips. Come all the way down. Bring your hands to the mat. Inhale, push the earth away as you lengthen your spine. Exhale, rock weight into your toes. Maybe walking your fingertips in line with your toes, elbows bend back. Place your left hand right below your face. Start to push as you reach your right arm up to the sky, maybe looking up at that right hand. And then we'll bring your right hand down. Push, reach your left arm up to the sky. Then we'll bring that left hand down. I'm going to start to bend into that left knee and flip those right toes up. Finding a stretch, you can sort of play with that there. You can flip your left toes down and up, and that'll move the stretch. You can even go all the way out to the right. So getting that stretch from your medial, your center, and your lateral hamstrings. And we'll keep those right toes flipped up. And you're going to step into your warrior two. Arms out, looking out over that right hand. And then come right back into your Skandasana. And then back into warrior two. And then back into Skandasana. And then back into warrior two. And then back into Skandasana. So it is easier if you flip those toes down. It gives you a little bit more of a platform. We got two more. Warrior two. Skandasana. Warrior two. Skandasana. If you want to take your bind here, you can. You can bring that left arm and then your right arm back and roll that right shoulder up. Release your bind. This time we'll stay in our warrior two. Bend your left heel back, gazing out over those right fingertips. Right heel right over that right knee. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Holding it here, bending deeply into that right knee. Tucking your left hip underneath you. And then we'll find side angle. Your choice. You can bring your right forearm down and just reach your left arm up. You can bring that right hand to the inside, or you can come into your extended. And then we'll bring that left hand down and step your right foot back to meet your left. Find your plank pose, holding your plank, and lower down to your forearms. Shoulders over your elbows. Start to push into that left heel and lift your right leg up. Hip height, check in with that TA. Make sure you're still finding that slight tuck of the tailbone, even as you lift your leg. So using your glutes to lift your leg, not the arch of your back. And then we'll bring that right foot down. Strong right leg as you lift your left leg up. Keeping that core engaged, keeping those ribs knitted together, using just the strength of your left glute to lift your left leg. And then we'll bring that left foot down, shift your hips back and find your dolphin. Pushing forward with your forearms. Belly button is pulled in. Heels are still reaching for the mat. Even if your knees are bent, doesn't mean your heels aren't still reaching for the mat. Trying to shift your hips back. And then we'll press into those hands and find your downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward. Step or lightly float to the top of the mat. Inhale, push through your feet. Reach it all the way up. Exhale, hands at your side. We'll take a quarter turn to the right and step your right foot out. Parallel feet. Strong legs. Interlace your hands behind your back. We're going to roll those shoulders back. And begin to hinge at the hips. Strong legs. Coming into Prasarita Padottanasana, C variation. Navel is pulled into your spine. Rock some weight into your toes. And then release your fingertips down to the mat. We're going to come into that Skandasana with that right knee bent. And start to play with that lifting of your left toes and laying them back down. So shifting, trying to find a nice complete stretch here. And then we're going to take this all the way into our warrior two. Arms reach out and back into Skandasana. And all the way into warrior two. And back into Skandasana. Got 3 more. Warrior two. Skandasana. 2. Skandasana. 2. Skandasana and hold. Option to take your bind. Rolling that left shoulder back. Undo your bind. And coming into warrior two and holding it there. Looking out over that left hand. Reverse your warrior. Really bending into that left knee. Don't come out of the lunge just because you're leaning back. Big stretch along your left side. And then we'll find side angle. Either modified, this variation, or your Utthita Parjakonasana. Side angle. Extended. We'll bring that right hand down and step your left foot to meet your right hand. To meet your right foot. Strong plank. We're going to lift that left leg up. Sorry, left foot pushes down, right leg lifts up. Hip height. Without changing anything, you're just going to swing that right leg to the right and then send it straight behind you. And to the right and back. We've got 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Strong plank. Ribs are knitted together. Belly button's pulled in. Push into your right foot. Lift that left leg. Swing it out to the left and back. Left, back. We got 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Both feet down. Hips go back. Drop your knees, split them apart, bring your big toes together, and sit your hips back. We're going to thread the needle. Bring your left hand forward. We'll bring that right arm through. Get a stretch along the top of that right shoulder. And we'll bring that right hand forward. Bring your left arm through. The left side of your forehead comes down. And we'll bring that left hand forward. Inhale it up, curl your toes under. Find your downward facing dog. Step your left foot between your hands and lift it up for warrior 1. And open it up for warrior 2. And inhale, reverse. Exhale, windmill your hands down and move through your vinyasa. Inhale that left foot forward and lift it up for warrior 1. And open it up, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, windmill it down. All the way to chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Good, again. Put that right foot forward. Inhale it up, warrior 1. Exhale it open, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, windmill it down. Chaturanga Dandasana. Push it through. Send it back. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left foot forward. Inhale, warrior 1. And exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, windmill it down. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, push it through. And exhale, send it back. Downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up. And exhale, right foot between your hands. This time we'll sweep it up for crescent. Sweep it up. Reach it forward. We're going to step into warrior 3. And send your hands back by your hips. See if you can spin the inside of that left thigh up to the sky. Open it up for half moon. Right fingertips down, left fingertips up. Soften that right knee, step it back. Warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, triangle, straighten that right leg. Walk your left foot forward. Bump your left hip out and reach your right fingertips forward. Right hand down, left hand up. And reverse your triangle. So legs are going to stay straight. Left hand is going to come and dangle on the back of that left leg. Right arm is going to go up and over. Big stretch along that right hip. And then we're going to come back into that half moon. Take your time. And we'll swing it all the way forward. Bring your right hand to your right hip. Reach forward, grab that left big toe, and open it out to the side. Gaze to the right. And look forward. We'll bend that left knee. Place your left foot anywhere along the inside of that right leg. And find your tree. Hands come to heart center. Find your stillness. Bring your left hand behind you. Grab onto the inside of that left foot. Reach your right arm up. Point your right hand forward and start to kick. And maybe tilt. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Left hand down, right hand down. Tadasana. Inhale your arms, reach up. Exhale through your mouth, HA. One more inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center, HA. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, hinge at the hips, come all the way down. Maybe plant your hands, bring your knees into your armpits. Find your crow pose, look forward, lean forward, pick up your heels. 3, 2, 1. Float it back. Push it through. Downward facing dog. Let's linger here in our down dog for a couple of breaths. You should be nice and warmed up. This should feel very different from that first down dog. Shoulders are warm, backs of the legs are warm. And then we'll find the other side. So inhale your left leg up behind you. And exhale, left foot between your hands. Sweep it up. Crescent lunge. Start to reach it forward. We'll step into warrior 3. Bring your hands back by your hips. And then we'll open it up for half moon. Soften that left knee as we'll step back into warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, find your triangle. You can walk that right foot in. Left hand down, right hand up. I'm looking up at that right hand. And then let's reverse that triangle. Legs stay straight. Push your hips forward. Reach your left arm back. And then we'll come right back into your half moon. So soften that left knee. You guys know I can't feel that left foot. Some days is better than others. And then we'll swing that right leg all the way forward. Bring your left hand to your left hip. Pick up that right big toe. And we'll open it up to the side. Gaze to the left. Look forward. Bend your right knee. And bring that right foot somewhere along the inside of your left leg. And bring your hands back together. Woo. I'm wobbly this morning. Bring your right hand behind you. Bring your left arm up to the sky. And we'll pick up the inside of that right foot. And start to kick your right foot into your right hand as you reach forward. For 3, for 2, for 1. Come back up and change. Hands at your side, Tadasana. Inhale your arms up. We're going to interlace those hands. Strong arms, release your index fingers up. Try to poke a hole in the ceiling, and then we'll come over to the right. Squeeze the right side of your waist as you push the left hip out, your left hip out to the left. Roll that left hip forward as you roll your left shoulder back. 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Start to lift up again. And then we'll squeeze the left side of your waist. Push your hips to the right. A little extra juice in the base of that right big toe. For 3, 2, 1. Lift it up. You can release your hands to your low back if you need the support. If not, keep your arms up. Again, start to lift, 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 like you're going to poke a hole in the ceiling. Start to send your hips forward. Heart is lifted, ribs are lifted. Start to draw a line behind you. For 3, weight is in your heels. For 2, and 1. Come back to center. Hands to heart center. We're going to find a tight little ball here. So bring your fingertips down, lift your heels, bend your knees, tuck your chin, and round your back. Bring your hands down to the mat. You're going to try and maintain that rib to thigh contact. So stop as soon as you start to lose it. Heels go down, hips go up. Straighten those legs. And then we'll come down again. Find that tight little ball. Hands are pushing down into the mat, nice and strong. So push them down, heels come down, hips go up. 1 more. Tight little ball. Push through your hands, heels go down. Fold. Come all the way down. Reach your fingertips forward. Keep reaching them forward, keep reaching them forward. We're just going to split those knees and slowly lay it down and find a seat. We'll bring that left foot in, send your right leg straight out. Inhale your arms up overhead. And then we'll grab that left wrist and loop it over your right leg for Janu Sirsasana. And fold. Lift it up. Bring your fingertips next to your hips. Switch your legs. If it's available to you, grab your right wrist, loop it over that left leg, and fold. Lift it up. Send both feet forward. Walk out your hips. Reach forward, grab for your toes or the outsides of your feet. Inhale, lift your heart. And exhale, fold. And we'll lift it up. Bring your hands, either fingertips pointing towards your feet or out. We're all going to bend our knees together and take a reverse tabletop. Lift your hips. Allow your head to drop back. We're going to tap those hips down. Lift it again. Really squeezing through your heels. Tap it. Squeeze it up. 2 more. Tap it down. Lift it up. Last one. Tap it down. Lift it up. Hold. Send that right leg straight up. Bring your right heel down. Send your left leg straight up. Bring that left foot down. And we'll lower those heels down. Bring the soles of your feet together and find a Baddha Konasana. Folding over. Rolling your shoulders back. And then if you would like to round your back and bring your forehead to your big toes, go ahead. And then we'll sit up tall. We're going to find a half lotus here. So tuck your right heel in. We'll bring that left foot all the way into your right hip crease. If you have a really strong open full lotus, you can take full lotus if you like. It's early, not that open yet. And we'll twist to the left. If it's available to you and you want to reach behind your back and grab onto that left foot, you can. And then we'll unwind and we'll switch those legs. Bring your left heel in. Bring your right foot all the way into your left hip crease. And then we'll twist to the right. Maybe reaching behind you and grabbing onto that right foot with your right hand. See if you can lift your heart tall though. Let go of your foot. Come back to center. Bring your feet down. Bent knees. Reach forward. We're going to roll all the way back. Nice and slow. Bring your hands next to your ears. Walk your feet in. We're going to take 3 rounds of our full wheel. So bring your hands next to your ears. I think both of you have a solid full wheel. You can join me. If not, just take a bridge. And start to push into your heels, push into your hands, lift it up. Holding it here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come onto the top of your head. Walk your hands to your feet. Push it right back up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Hands towards your feet. Push it up. This time we'll leave that right leg down and send your left leg up. 3, 2, 1. Bring your left foot down. Reach that right leg up. 3, 2, 1. Come all the way down. Tuck your chin with control. Bring it all the way down and bring your knees in to your chest and rock and roll left and right. I'm going to find a little floating variation of our Baddha Konasana. So interlace your hands on the outsides of your feet and pull them in. Maybe even try and tuck your chin, find your forehead to your big toes. It's a little harder when you're on your back. Here we go, got it. And then we'll take that into a happy baby. So holding onto the outsides of your feet, allowing your shoulders to be heavy on the mat. Knees come to the outsides of your rib cage. You can rock left and right if that feels good. And allow your left foot to find the mat. Keep your left knee bent. We'll send that right leg straight up and curl up and find a little hamstring stretch here. And then we'll bend that right knee and cross your right ankle over your left knee. Find your figure 4, reach through that opening and grab for the back of that left thigh and pull it in. And use your right elbow against the inside of your right thigh to push it away from you. And then we'll switch. Leave your right foot down on the mat, right knee bent, send that left leg straight up, and we'll pull it in. Cross your left ankle over your right knee, and we'll reach through there, grab for the back of that right thigh, and then use your left elbow against the inside of your left thigh to push it away. Find a little leverage there. Deepen the stretch along that left glute. And we'll bring that right foot down. Bring your left foot down. Pull both knees in together. Give them both a nice squeeze. And send your left leg completely long towards front of your mat, bringing your right knee all the way into that right shoulder. Maybe interlacing your hands on the middle of that right shin to give yourself enough space. Let that left leg be strong and active. And then using your left hand, we'll guide that right knee over to the left. You can tuck your right toes behind that left knee and send your right arm long to the right. Bring your right knee in. Bring your left knee in to meet it. And then we'll send that right leg long, pulling that left knee all the way into your left shoulder. And we'll allow your left knee to go all the way to the right. Send your left arm long to the left. And then we'll bring that left knee back in. Bring your right knee back in. Give them both a nice hug and a squeeze together. And then let's find a Supta Baddha Konasana to finish our practice. So bring your soles of your feet together. Just let those knees go out wide. And then bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. And take some deep breaths here. Just 3 or 4. Just enough to feel your heart beating strongly inside of your body. Feel your breath. Each inhale, inviting in calm, inviting in joy, inviting in love. With each exhale, sending out what no longer serves you. Any emotions, any behaviors, just letting them go. Remembering that you have control over a lot, not everything, but a lot. And harnessing that control, you can always choose how to react. You can choose to be grateful, to love, to feel loved. You can always choose calm, even in the storm. You can choose calm. You can choose calm. And then if you want to transition into a more traditional Shavasana, sending your legs out long, allowing your toes to flop out, maybe tucking your shoulder blades underneath you, and allowing your hands to go out from your hips, palms face up. Taking a moment here to feel grounded, to feel supported. And making your way to a comfortable seat. Bringing your hands to heart center. and expressing some gratitude inside, not to me, for yourself, for showing up, for getting on your mat, for all of the teachers that came before us. Namaste.